Real quick, I'll go injuries for y'all. So Schweitzer, he'll be out. Zair's out. Everyone else is full.
When did Schweitzer?
Earlier this week, both of them, unfortunately, just unfortunate injuries.
Anything new on Sunray?
No. I appreciate it.
Is it fair to say now Robert will not play Monday?
That would be fair.
You've been gracious about this, and Joe has been gracious about this, but is there a point where you're like, you want to be here or not with this guy?
No, it's not that. Everyone goes through their own process, and I'll stand firm that when he gets here, we're going to welcome him with open arms. We're going to love him up. And he's going to be a part of this football team, and he's going to help us win a lot of football games. It's, he's got to sort through the financial stuff, which is none of my business. I said it when I first got hired. Our job is to help these guys make money, so I always stay clear of it. Our job is to coach him when he gets here and love him up when he gets here.
You could help him make money in game here, right?
He'll make a lot of money.
Right.
So,
I feel like, are you annoyed at all with this situation?
No. It's like I said, he's going through his process, and when he gets here, we're going to do everything we can to help him get what he wants.
Is his trade request still on the books? Like, is that still the last communication you had?
That's a Joe question.
With Schweitzer, is that an IR possibility?
Yeah.
So I guess that means Xavier Newman becomes the top interior backup?
We have a lot of options. Knock on wood, we've got plenty of guys who took a lot of reps last year. So I'll keep that one till game day.
What's your excitement level, Robert, just to kind of see what your work has led to on Monday?
It's week one. It's always going to be a crapshoot. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of unscouted looks. I mean, you saw yesterday. Just you're very curious to see the tackling, the efficiency, the precision. It can go either way. You're off by a hair in that first game, and it could lead to a lot of crazy stuff. And but I just want to see us play with our style. And that's just relentless effort, great communication, and precision. The best precision we can, and efficiency that we can play with. And if we do that, we trust that the results will be what we want. But yeah, week one's always kind of a crapshoot.
Will you be nervous at all when Rodgers takes his first hit?
No, he's going to be fine. Damn it, he's going to be fine.
How important, especially for quarterbacks in general, how important is taking that first hit when, even if he wasn't coming off injury, they don't take hits all summer, obviously, right?
Yeah, he's got 20 years. I'm sure he's taken enough hits, and he remembers what all of them feel like, or at least most of them. So, for a young kid, I would say you need that. But for a guy like Aaron, I think he'll get hit. He'll pop up. Now, obviously, he's going through his process, and I'm sure he, part of him wants to get hit, and part of him doesn't want him to get hit, right? But he's going to be fine.
Do you have to worry about him being too amped up, Robert, coming out of the gate? Obviously, it's been a while since he's played football, this whole process in week one.
I think it's more just recognizing that he is human, and he's, like I said, he's got a process that he's going through. Not that he's vocalized that with anyone or talked about it, and even if he did, I wouldn't tell you. But he is human, and regardless of what I've learned in life, just in life in general, no matter how accomplished you are, you still have moments where you have to deal with things mentally, and I'm sure he's dealing with that. But this team has his back, and I think, like I said, he's going to be fine. He's looked fantastic. You guys have been here all summer in OTAs. He looks awesome, and I know he's ready to go.
Can you speak to the challenges of playing 3 in 10 days to start the season?
It's challenging. We feel really good about where we are physically, mentally. We feel great about the steps we've taken from a schedule standpoint, the load that we've put on our guys leading up to this moment. We have our plan for the next 2 weeks, but it is a challenge. The players understand that it's a challenge. We've been educating our players the best we can, and thankfully it's the positive part is it is early because on some of those off days we were able to grind on these future opponents, so that way we could still stay ahead. But without having to cram it like you would if it was like our second three games in 10 days that we have later in the season. But it's a challenge, but it's a welcome challenge.
Robert, I know you want to stay. You don't want to look too far ahead, but is there a different feeling in the interseason? We talk about Aaron's quarter, whether it's 6-8 or 6-10 teams that have a shot at the Super Bowl. Is there a different feeling in the interseason like that versus say, your first year? To be fair, you guys, you are winning the Super Bowl in year 90, right? And all those rookies starting. Is there a different feeling when you go into a season like this?
I don't know. That's a good question, Kaz, because it's you always, honestly, like you as a player, coach, talk to anyone, even though, on paper you look at it and you're like, yeah, God, we're so young. You still think you have a chance. You still think you have a chance every single game, and it's the same thing. You still have a chance, and but you also have a chance to screw it up, But you go in and it's. Regardless of we're excited about the expectations. We've earned the right to have expectations. Where our first year our expectations were to lose. Where this year the expectation is to win. And it's like I said, it's welcome. We're all excited about it, but. It's kind of a tricky question because I think every team in the NFL thinks they're going to go 17-0 and go to have a chance at a Super Bowl. Like no one's sitting there thinking that it's a rebuilding year. I think they're all attacking the season with a mindset to win.
Do you sense calm and confidence from these guys heading into the season? Because you talked about the business-like attitude they had at the start of the summer.
I do. Like yesterday's practice. Traditionally, your first Thursday of Thursday practice, and it was Friday, but in-season Thursdays usually feels long because it's the first time where it's kind of offense goes, then the defense, and the offense. It's not just gliding through practice, offense versus defense all day. So practice is a little bit heavier, and the juice and the energy that I felt we had for our first Thursday was pretty cool. It's not traditionally always that way, and our guys are ready. They're prepared. They're mentally, physically ready to roll, and I don't know if there's a quiet calm. It's more just anticipation and excitement to get out there.
As a coach, are you kind of happy that you're done talking? Well, once you're done talking to us, but done with the talking, now there's finally a game.
No, for sure. And hopefully we're talking about good things the rest of the year.
You obviously were there, drafted Bosa his first 2 years. What makes him such a unique player?
Bosa, fascinating. I've never seen a tackle or a DN make a tackle whiff as often as he did, especially his rookie year. It was absolutely fascinating. And I remember vividly Joe Staley during his Bosa's first rookie's training camp was just having trouble after the first couple days, and Bosa was all the rage. And I got asked about it. I said, he's a rookie. Joe will figure it out. He never figured it out. No offense, Joe, but he has elite hand-eye coordination, power, can win inside, outside, through you, elite football IQ. He's just a tremendous football player. And if you ever see him up close, I mean, his thighs are like this podium. It's ridiculous.
What do you tell Olin now going into this season, right? Obviously, you said a few weeks ago the ideal thing is he doesn't really play this season, right? That means you're healthy. So what do you kind of tell him in his approach to his rookie season?
Just like you would anyone else, you've got to be ready to roll. Now what I will say, the difference for him is that he is getting a lot of practice reps with the two tackles being monitored. So he's getting a lot of reps. He's getting prepared, and he knows he'll be ready to roll if his number gets called on. Different than a different rookie where you might be playing special teams and then all of a sudden you're in there on a whim, and you've got to learn the playbook without ever getting reps. He's getting a lot of work.
And when we spoke to Aaron the other day, one of the things he was kind of driving home was the message of not overreacting to week one, right? He said, he knows what the headlines are going to be. You guys win, you run the Super Bowl, you lose, it's the same old Jets. Was his quote. How do you kind of manage that as a head coach?
That's where it's different. It's just stay in the moment. The noise is going to be the noise. Whether if you win, the messaging will be one way, and if you lose, it's going to be another way, no matter how hard you try to control it. So stay in the moment, focus on what you've got control over, and everything will take care of itself.
Couple more.
Robert, we asked you the other day about, if you still see some of the, I guess, vestiges of your defense there. When you came here, was that your blueprint on how to build this franchise to where you are now? Like, how much did you learn just about building a culture towards a perennial contender from that experience?
As a team, or are you talking defense?
As a team.
As a team, for sure. I've been very, very lucky, very, very lucky in my coaching career. Obviously, starting with Houston with Gary Kubiak for 6 years. But when I got to Seattle, I was a quality control that was part of a defense that was taken over, that was one of the worst in the league, and just was able to watch as we built that thing to a top five, to a number one unit, 5 straight years, number one scoring defense. And then we went to Jacksonville, and as a position coach, got to participate a little bit, in evaluating the linebackers, and we built another top 5 defense. And then we go to San Francisco as a coordinator, and we built another top 5 defense. And now, just getting to see how the offense, being more involved in just day-to-day interaction with Kyle and seeing what he did with the offense and all that, and John Lynch, and just talking through there, and then coming here again, the defensive part, that it's easy. In our mind, it's just that, just we have a philosophy and we stick to it, and Joe's phenomenal. His staff upstairs are phenomenal with regards to talent and identifying talent, and from a coaching staff standpoint, being able to piece it together. And, the trick has been offense and trying to get guys that buy into what we're trying to do day in and day out. And like I said, really excited about the group we have, and, we're going to keep this quarterback upright. We're going to win a lot of football games.
Anything else?
Well, week one.
Oh, yeah.
What shirt are you wearing for?
All right,
First
so
high school head coach?
heck yeah, man. We're recognizing Brian Bowers from Del Barton out in Morristown as our high school coach of the week. They beat one of the best teams in New York to start the year, and he's been there for 28 seasons, 22 as head coach, 13 conference titles, competed in 6 state finals. Whew. Give me one. And a special shout out to Del Barton's new O-line coach, Nick Mangold. See you at the game tonight. Kids are playing. And but best of luck to Brian, Nick, the entire staff, all the players, the entire school. Have a great year.